Hello. Ah, there we go. Thank you so much. Man, so the last 5 minutes have been me talking to the wind. Awesome. I always have trouble with my mic. I don't know what it is. Anyway, Adam, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much, by the way. Dude, seriously, this is why the hair's blonde. Anyway, we're doing Moussaka today. Let's rehash what I was talking with. Nobody could hear me. So it's first week of Greek month because I have a catering gig next month that I'm cooking for all Greek family. They want moussaka, vegetarian. We're not doing vegetarian today, but they want a vegetarian version. So we're going to do vegetarian moussaka we're not doing vegetarian. We're doing regular moussaka, which is basically like a Greek lasagna with a bechamel sauce on top of it. If you don't know what a bechamel sauce is basically a flour and butter and milk sauce. It's one of the 5 mother sauces. So I was classically trained, French trained, and Italian. And so the French came up with 5 mother sauces, one of them being bechamel. If you ever had mac and cheese, you've had a bechamel sauce. That's basically a roux which is equal parts butter and flour, along with some milk and sometimes nutmeg, which today we've got nutmeg, and some cheeses. But the bechamel doesn't necessarily need to have cheese in it, but even though that's a very, very common thing to put into a bechamel, hence mac and cheese. Hollandaise is a variant of bechamel. So bechamel is the base. That's why they're called mother sauces, because they birth all the other sauces. Tomato sauce is one of the mother sauces. So these are the reasons that we're using a bechamel. Goes on top. The bechamel goes on top of the moussaka. So we got to prep the eggplant because these have to dry out. And then we rinse them off, and then we're going to fry them. Fortunately, I still have some fry oil left over from last week. Y'all remember we did the chicken tenders, a shallow pan fry of them. Full disclosure, I hate eggplant. I really do. I've tried it so many different ways. I really have tried, man. I just don't like eggplant. But we're going to try it here. We're going to see if it works. So, let's see. So basically what we need to do is, let's use a pan here. There we go. All right. Let me switch cameras here for you guys. Okay, so put all these on here. Clearly, I'm going to need another one. All right, perfect. So we got to let these sit for about a half hour and dry out. There's a lot of water contained in these things, so we've got to... Hey, Adam, thank you so much for following, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, brother. So we're going to let these dry for a half hour. Now, remember, I don't usually switch gears and go to another dish, but that thing's got to sit for 30 minutes, so I'm not going to sit here and hang out and do nothing. So while we wait for that thing, that's dumb. So what we'll do is we're going to switch and we're going to make the moussaka. Or sorry, not moussaka. Avgolemono. I think that's how I pronounce it. It's basically lemon rice soup. It's Greek lemon rice soup. So we need to prep up our lemon rice soup. All soups, remember that we talked about this a while back before we took that break over December and January for my health. We talked about the basics of soup construction. Most soups, like a large majority, like 90%, I'm making that number up, obviously, but a large majority of soups are constructed the same way. You start with the aromatics, and then your either your holy trinity, which is bell peppers, onions, and celery, or you do the normal European, that's Latin food. European version is mirepoix, so that's equal parts out of 100%. 50% of it is onions, and then the other 50% is divided evenly between carrots and celery. That is the basis for almost every soup out there. Sometimes those ratios change, but they're almost always the same thing there. So today, basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our onions, our celery, and our carrots, because that's what we're making today. This is a European dish, so they're going to have the European mirepoix rather than the bell peppers. And then we're going to saute those up, and then we're going to start adding in our herbs and spices. Then we usually add in, if we're using meat, there's two ways to go about adding meat into soups, main ways, is that sometimes you saute it first, then add in like the onions and garlic and everything. That way it gives it a nice crunch and stuff like that. You don't have to do that for this particular dish. I would really like to do that. I love doing that because it adds more flavor. And I'm all about adding a ton of flavor, man. I fucking love flavor, seriously. Well, I mean, that's such a dumb thing to say. Who doesn't love flavors? Actually, you know what? One of the other things that I do as a nutritionist and personal trainer, when I was training bodybuilders, a lot of them don't really care about flavor. Like, they're just like, it's just fuel. I have this one nutrition client, he's like that. He's like, I don't care what it tastes like, just tell me what to eat. Man, they do really well because they're not blocked by that, I miss this flavor, X flavor, you know. So they're just like, I don't care if it's bland, just give me the food. I can't live like that. That sounds like awfulness to me. I need a drink just thinking about that. Ooh, that's spicy. That's 19 crimes today, guys. So this is the wine today. I like how the thing's backwards. I have to do everything backwards. We've got the apothic red too, but we actually got to cook with that for the moussaka, for the red sauce. All right, so back to black, as my fiance likes to say. Let's get the chicken over here. We got to prep everything up basically. So everything in its place. Mise en place. The potatoes. That's for for the other dish. I need. Oh, and the weird thing about this one I thought was interesting. Remember how I said onions are the main source for, or one of the three parts of mirepoix? Well, today it's not regular onions like a yellow onion. It's actually going to be green onions, weirdly enough, which I thought was really fascinating. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I've never done green onions as the go-to for my soup. Okay. So, let's start prepping. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful and everything that you do. Alright. No, I can't sing. I never claimed that I could. Let me get a bowl. So, what we'll start with, let me get my notes here, because I actually do have notes for this. So yeah, I need my extra virgin olive oil, which is over here. Okay. Then, so we start with all of these along with our garlic. Oh, I need to get my garlic. I'm actually using a clove of garlic today. Normally I have like pre-minced garlic already ready to go. So, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Alright. Man, I'm scatterbrained today. So, interesting fact, I sliced the tip of my finger off, which it healed back, but I sliced the tip of my finger. Oh, crap, I gotta get this. So I sliced the tip of my finger off years ago. And I was doing it because I tried to do a whole bunch of these, a literal bunch of these together all at once. And my chef at the time was fucking around, so he would distract me, and I'm chop, 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 chop. And I didn't have the claw going like this. I had this finger sticking out. Slip. Chop the bitch off, man. I got pictures of it. I should totally post it in Discord. That'd be a thing, wouldn't it? All right, so basically we just want to slice these things up fairly small. We need about a cup for what we're doing today. Which should be pretty much the whole bunch. I don't go too far down on the white part. I like using my knife to pull things off. It's a lot easier than just grabbing it, man. Seriously. Whew. Adam, what part of the country you from, man? Oh, man, that is spicy freaking wine. Holy shit. Yeah, let's do the whole thing. Been practicing my knife skills. I let them get soft. Oops. Perfect. That's not too bad. Not that great. Definitely not Michelin star quality. Some of those cuts are not even. There we go. Ooh-wee. All right. Adam, if you're still there, there's not that many people in here because I took a 2-month break. So you know how it is when Twitch, if you take a break, people don't know you're still around, so they think you've gone away. Because, I mean, how many Twitch streamers have started a stream and then left? But I had health complications in January and December. Well, I've been having them for 9 months now. My heart's messing with me. But I had to deal with that then. I had a couple surgeries and whatnot, so. Oh, you do know? Oh, have you been on here before? Because it told me that this is like the first time you posted. That's why I thought you were new. I apologize if I didn't recognize you, man. Seriously. Oh, the Twitch. Oh, got it. Sorry, yeah. I did say a lot of things there, didn't I? Yeah, no, normally I'm still not very big. I just started this stuff a few months ago, so I'm a new streamer. But I've been cooking for years. Years and years and years and years. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. So I'm chopping these things in half because I really want these things to be small. I don't want giant pieces of anything. Chefs like to call that rustic. I call it not my flavor. I'm not a fan of it. Like there's definitely a place for it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So I try to make these things a bit smaller. So, and then we're going to chop them up a bit more. If you're practicing your knife skills, do not try to go fast to start with. Speed builds with skill. All right, so start slow, and then add that speed later. I hate using baby carrots. They're just such a pain in the ass because they're wet and they slip around. Can you see this? But these were on sale. They're only $1, and everything is so expensive right now because of the inflation. Like my price point for groceries went up 22% over for the month. That's a huge amount of money. I was sitting at about $500 a month for groceries, and I'm about just under $600 for me and my fiance. And I cook what I eat, so even if I'm not streaming, my budget's fairly the same. So, but yeah, I'm really good at buying and cooking on a budget, which is part of the premise of the show, is that I teach people how to cook, and I also teach them how to cook cheaply. But man, it almost seems like there's no such thing like that anymore, you know? It's like, it's just ridiculous. Ever since the pandemic, companies have been using the supply chain issue as an excuse to charge us more money while recording record profits, while everybody else is still getting paid next to nothing. I'm highly political, by the way, so I apologize if that's not what you're in for. I totally understand. Like I'm a progressive. My political leanings are not left or right. They are abolish the Senate. So we have equal parts of carrots, green onions, and celery today. Normally, like I said, we'd do more onion than the other two, but this particular dish called for a cup of each. So we're going to do what the recipe says, because I usually follow recipes fairly consistently, And that is a lie. I need to take that back. I did not do that at all. I usually take a couple recipes, look at them, and then do my own thing with them. Like especially when it comes to garlic. Let me go rinse these off. Especially when it comes to garlic, man. Like, I use garlic with abandon. Like, I love garlic. So it'll call for 2 tablespoons of garlic. Fuck that. I throw in like 5. If it doesn't burn the back of your nose with the amount of garlic that's sitting in there, you didn't use enough. And you're weak. All right, we're going to slice these down the middle. So one of the secrets in restaurants, right, how we get everything out really fast when I did work in restaurants is mise en place, is everything in its place. It's this French technique, and it is used, French weren't the only ones that do this, but I'm trained French, so I'm going to reference that a lot, but everybody does it, is that you prep everything ahead of time so that when the orders come in, you're basically just doing the final assembly. Proteins are usually cooked on the spot, but everything else is ready to go. Soups, sauces, everything's done. These things would be prepped and ready to go well in advance. And that's the idea behind that, is that you can move a lot of food very, very quickly. So chefs and their staff will come in hours in advance and they will. They'll come in hours in advance and prep everything, every single thing. And I loved prep work, man, because you got to get up really early. And that's why a lot of them don't like that, because most of us that were in the lifestyle in the industry really just like working night shift. Or not night shift, but third shift, the evening shift, because you get to go out drinking afterwards, pretty much. But a lot of people don't actually like prepping. I do. There's something really relaxing about it. Plus, I'm type A, so watching things get cut, I don't know, I really like. Boy, am I out of practice, man. I just don't. I don't move as fast as I used to, brother. I tell you what. Yeah, those last few pieces are always a pain in the butt. You know, we'll leave it here. That way you can kind of see. One of the main things, so how this started out, was I was fucking around on Snapchat, which I don't do anymore, because I'm engaged, and Snapchat was for when I was single, hint, hint. So, out of respect for my fiance, I stopped doing that. I mean, for crying out loud, the guys that came up with it said they did it so you could cheat. That's why everything on there is temporary, man. Anyway, I started messing around on Snapchat, and I started having fun and getting drunk and doing this stuff, and it was really, really popular, especially at the gym I was working at. I came in the next day, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that was so cool! Can you do that again?" So I started doing it week to week. My old YouTube channel had the first couple times that I did. I kind of threw everything together and then put it up there, but the video format was terrible. It's real hard to go back and watch it. All right, so we've got all of our bits. This is our mirepoix for this particular dish. Man, that green onion. Smells great. Love the smell. I love the smell of celery. Love it. Carrots don't have much of a smell to them. But, all right, so we're basically building this the same way as everything else. So we're going to take this. I'm going to utilize my minced garlic because I'm almost done with it, so I'm just going to finish it off for this one. You use the cloves for the moussaka. You basically put all this in. We're going to saute that up first. Then we're going to add in our stock, bay leaves, rice, chicken breast, lemon juice, and eggs. The lemon juice and eggs, though, is going to be an emulsification together. That's a bit of a sauce. That's usually used to thicken the sauce. So, but I want to prep the chicken breasts first. So before we do any of that, let's get our chicken breasts ready to go. We're not going to saute these. This particular, a lot of the recipes that I found for lemon rice soup don't saute it. I would really like to saute it personally, but we're gonna not do that today because I'm feeling a bit lazy. Plus, the recipe calls for it. I know what it would be like if I did the saute it, so I think what I would rather do is, let's see what it looks like when we do it the way they want us to do it. All right? So this stuff needs to be diced. So we trimmed off the fat for it. Now we're going to, oh, all right. Hey, man, Adam, thanks, no problem. I'm glad you stopped by, brother. I'm doing it every Thursday right now at 1 p.m. Eventually, I'll go back to my 3 times a week. But for right now, just for the next month, it's only 1 time a week. But thank you for stopping by, brother. All right, so I'm going to make these fairly small. One of the other ways I suppose we could do this would be to shred them, cook them, and then let them cool, and then shred them. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, maybe. You know, I need another bowl for this. Hold on, let me get a bowl. I'm an outlaw, quick on the draw. All right. There we go. I'm going to make these as really small, bite-size. Later, man. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. I'm going to make these really small and bite-sized. About 1/4 inch cubes-ish. Ooh, spicy meatball. I am definitely not trying to make these a nice even cut. I'm trying to make sure that these are rough cuts, because that's not the type of dish this is. Now this breast is so thick that we're going to have to chop these in half. There we go. Knock it off, Napoleon. Sheesh. Shut up and eat your dang quesadilla. I live with movie quotes. Movie quotes are my life. There we go. All right, cool. I'm trying it, so I'm dating someone who's much younger than me. So I'm trying to educate her on cheesy 80 movies, because I love cheesy 80 movies. As well as the good ones, too. You know, like Breakfast Club. But, like, the cheesy ones are like Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., which I think was either late 80s or early 90s. What was the other one? Big Trouble in Little China. Phenomenal movie. All right, chicken's prepped and ready to go. Okay. All right, so we're going to switch cameras so we can go over here. All right. All right. So let's make sure, let's get a better angle on this here. There we go. All right, so we're going to use this for our eggplants for the moussaka, okay? But for now, I'm going to move this off. Let's put you over here. And I will put you here so you guys can get a better look. Let's get the heat up on this. I'm going to add in the olive oil along with our garlic and our aromats first. We're going to saute these up, get them down to a basically translucent state, and then we'll add in everything else. While that's doing that, we're going to get our egg and lemon juice sauce. But I'm going to do that in a little bit because that is an emulsification. Well, you know what? I think we can get away with it. Let's try it and see how long it holds. Because the problem with the lemon juice and the egg, the lemon juice is an acid, and I don't want it to cook the egg or curdle the egg. So, you know what? Let's see if we can get it done right here. So, all right. So, come on now. Let me get another bowl. Gonna need a whisk. Let's get our eggs. All right, and then we'll need the lemon juice. How much of this lemon juice do I need? Did I even write that down? Half a cup? All right, cool. And then I gotta get my rice too. Gonna need a cup of this bitch. Woohoo! Hi, Brooks X. How are you? Are you drunk? Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Since you're new, I will salute. I'll take another drink. It's the first glass, so I have a pretty high tolerance. You know, go figure. But no, not drunk yet. Hang in there. I will be. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. So is it Broke Z or Brokes? 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 You never know how to pronounce these things, right? Brokes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for following me, by the way. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's go back over there. I'll leave this all three cameras up for a second. All right, this should be warm enough. We're making our lemon rice soup. Got this on a medium. We got basically 3 cups of veg in here. And that is our mirepoix, which normally mirepoix is regular onions, like a yellow onion. So today it's Moussaka and Avgolemono. I hope I'm mispronouncing it. Basically lemon rice soup. I have a catering event that is for a Greek family coming up. It's the 90th birthday of their grandmother. So I've never made these dishes. They know this, and so because it's a friend of mine. So I wanted to practice. I want to make sure I get it right. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna take another drink, man. I'm behind on my drinking here. All right, so we've prepped everything for our lemon rice soup. Got about a cup of rice, dry rice. We don't have cooked rice. Remember, we're gonna cook. It's gonna cook itself in the soup. Oh wow, it smells so good already. Oh my God, hell yeah. God, I love cooking. I love cooking so much. All right. The smell of the mirepoix, the onions, the garlic, the onions, the onions, the carrots, and the celery reminds me of my grandma Eddie's house because she was always cooking some kind of soup, I guess. I don't know. It just reminds one of those smell memories, you know. Are you like working in a restaurant? I used to for years. I went to culinary school and worked in professional kitchens for a number of years. Let me see, what is that? Culinary school was 2 years, and then I worked for kitchens at the same time, and then I worked for another 3, so 5 years cooking. And now I do personal catering, private chef cooking. I cook for families and stuff like that, so I've been doing that since then for another 4. So I've been cooking professionally for 9 years. So I'm definitely not a Michelin star restaurant chef or anything like that. I'm also a personal trainer, a certified personal trainer and certified nutritionist. So I combined all of these things for this drunk cooking, even though the name doesn't really give that away. But I'm not like a hard, Ducky! Hey man, how's it going? How's it going, brother? I combine all of them occasionally. Like I cook junk food as well, not junk food. I cook unhealthy food as well as healthy food. It's just I'm kind of all over the map. I cook whatever I want to. I also, on my Discord, I take suggestions as well. You can ask Taki. He's been here since almost day 1. We bonded because we're both Norwegian. He's actually in Norway. I'm half Norwegian and half Scot. Taki, we're making lemon rice soup right now, brother. By the way, you remember all that snow that came down the other day? How you were making fun of me because it wasn't really a blizzard, even though for Northwest Indiana it was a blizzard? It's all gone. Completely gone. Check this out. Look at this. Look, look, look. Completely gone, dude. Less than a week. Like, for real? You couldn't even hang around that long, huh? I think it spit some snow at us yesterday. That was about it. Like, it wasn't anything else. If you want, I can give you a suggestion that you can make. Yeah, please, by all means. Brooks, I love it. Definitely. I'm completely amenable to suggestions. All right, so let's crack these eggs open. So this is the thickening sauce. This is a thickening sauce for our lemon rice soup. It's equal parts, well, I guess not equal parts. It's 2 eggs and a half a cup of lemon juice. It's an emulsification, so we got to make sure that we... Oh man, you live near Ukraine. Jesus, dude. How's it going? Are you okay? Are you safe? I've been reading about that yesterday and today when he actually... Yeah, Putin's a fucking douchebag. PC's turning on gravity today. Oh yeah, cool. This is on a laptop, so this is an SSD for me too. Yeah, I saw that they moved into the Dunball region, the western region, obviously, those 2 things that are under contention, which obviously is nothing but propaganda. All right, let's do this. Let me get my half of cup here. You got to make sure you keep this moved around. Because you don't want it to get stuck and burn. So you can see how I'm pouring this in and moving it at the same time. That way it doesn't curdle. All right, I think that should be good. Now the experiment is this needs to sit, this doesn't need to, this is going to sit for a hot minute, so we'll see if it actually curdles or not. If not, I'll remake it again. That's kind of why I'm doing it, because I'm just like, well, let's see what happens. If they attack my country, it's going to be bad. Yeah. Donbass. Thank you, Taki. Because I heard if they attack, then NATO will strike and Putin will use a nuclear weapon. Maybe. That's a lot of posturing. I think we're starting by hurting his cronies in the wallet. Yes, there's been economic sanctions by NATO and the other countries. I think basically everybody but China is trying to hurt him economically. The reason they're doing that is because that's the first step towards throwing troops at it, which they're all like, no, we're not going to throw troops at it. They will eventually. They're just not doing it now because that's going to escalate things. Once you've got troops committed on both sides, then it's just war, and there's no backing down until one person is defeated. So what they're trying to do is avoid that. So basically they're trying to hurt his wallet and all his supporters because he's basically a mobster, and because he came up through the Russian Secret Service. This dude's a scary dude, Putin. I mean, he's a hardcore motherfucker, and he's got a stranglehold. He's arresting people that are protesting in the larger cities like St. Petersburg. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and has been for a while. But so his country's been hurting. That's why he's invading, because if he throws propaganda at his own people and says, hey, they're the reason you're suffering, let's go attack them, then enough of the people will believe him so that he can get away with it for a while. NATO's going to do the economic sanctions first, as long as they can. If that's not working, or if he keeps going, then eventually the other countries will have to say, okay, fuck you, we're going to come in. We're not going to do like we did with World War II, where they let Hitler do the exact same move, by the way, on Poland and Czechoslovakia, and get away with it. So hopefully they'll learn from history. Is China disapproving? I don't know. I hadn't heard that yet. I hope so, because I know they're using it as a distraction to go after Taiwan. We've got wind that well, I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to say that. That's KGB, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Taki, you're 100%. Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. Plus, heads of state are always hard to get rid of. But we'll see. It's scary. I'm really far removed from it. The only thing that's going to bother me is gas prices today, which will, when oil goes up, everything else in America goes up. All right, I'm going to add my garlic in now. Let's switch this over here. The last of my minced garlic. Wah, wah, wah. Gotta add some more. God, I love garlic. The best part is that minced garlic never goes bad, man. I swear. It's good shit. All right, so I'm going to give that just a little bit more. Then we're going to add in the rest of our stuff. We're going to add in our stock. Bay leaves, which I need to get those. Hold on. I have half of my ingredients here, and then the other half in a cabinet here. So I think my other bay leaves are in here. Where are you, my bay leaves? Here they are. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I only need like two or three bay leaves. Yeah, two of them, two big bay leaves. You know what, let's use the three small ones. That'll be fine. The only difference is I got to remember to take these out later. Can't eat the bay leaves, man. Let's see. All right, so where are we at? Okay. Let's see. No, that's the moussaka. Moussaka is actually going to be pretty involved. Bay leaves and the rice go in next. I've never made this dish before either, by the way. This is why I'm kind of excited. Really am excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. All right, now we're going to add in our stock. The rest of that one. I may have to crack open a third one. I guess it just depends on how much we need and how thick we want this. All right, remember, by the way, you guys know I rant about shit all the time. Let me say this. Always unsalted stock, for real. There is never a reason for salted stock, in my opinion, all right, ever. There's no need for that shit. Bullshit, don't do it. Let's see. Crazy, fuel's $8.50 a gallon, yeah. Oh, for the high test? I believe it. In my country, there's a glitch that made gas 2 cents for a liter of gas, so my friends. That's awesome. So around here, I don't know what the conversion rate is. For the US dollar, it is, I think it's $3.50, about that. Vacillates between $3.20 and $3.50, $3.50 a gallon here. And I have a 12-gallon tank for my little sports car. I got a 2013 Hyundai Veloster Turbo. Stick shift. It's so much fun to drive. I love it. But yeah, that's how much it is. And I am about an hour out east from Chicago. Inside Chicago, it's about $1 more. So that gives you a relative urban versus rural in the United States. That is damn good wine. Drunk boy. Yeah, well, yeah. So when I stream, I'm not going to go out anywhere. So I have a side hustle that I do to help generate income until this becomes my primary thing. But yeah, so by the way, so the two things that I'm going to focus on in the coming weeks is going to be my TikTok and my YouTube channel to try to generate more people on here. So get ready. We're in for a ride. All right, so we've got everything in this now, so we're going to add in our chicken. Woo! Oh no, I just broke my thing. Crap, that's not good. Alright, I'll deal with that later. Alright, I can glue that back together. I keep smelling. Ah, that's why. My flame went out. I keep smelling natural gas. Sorry about that. All right, so I should try making cephalokai. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me write that down, actually. Is that a dish from where you're from? Hold on one second. Where's my pen? Got it. Okay. I will definitely try that. Traditional? Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Okay, so Cepelinai. All right, definitely. I wrote it down. Huge potato dumpling? Fuck, dude. I'm all over that. I love potato dumplings. I love everything potatoes. That's my gamer tag is French fries. For real. You're gonna ask Taki. He joined my my fiance's gaming Discord, and my name on there is French fries. Love it. All right, let me clean up my mess a little bit while we get this going. So, pro tip: one of the easiest ways to keep your kitchen clean, which my mother never learned this. I love my mother, but she's just Lithuanian. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right next to that shit. Yeah. Damn. I've got a friend on the Discord, Mamernial. He's Russian, and we haven't heard from him. He's a good dude. We got political issues between us, but he's still a good dude. I hope he's okay. Pro tip here is that you should clean as you go. So the first thing that I do on stream or even just cooking is that I run a sink of water. Hot soapy water. That way you can just do it as you go. The worst thing to do would be to have all these dishes, one, to run out of space, but two, to have all these dishes just at the end when you're trying to, when you're done and you're tired and you don't want to do anything anymore. Now you got to clean all the dishes that you used. Not worth it, man. Seriously. Of course he said he won't attack. It's propaganda. He's very, very good at propaganda. Look how they interfered with the U.S. election the last 2 times in 2016 and 2020. Very, very good. He's got he leaned heavy into cyber attacks and cyber terrorism. Hardcore into it. Very smart move on his part. Obviously amoral, but very smart move on his part. The U.S. was not prepared for it at all. At all. We still aren't. China's hitting us hard too. But China's much more subtle about it. Russia's very effective. China's very subtle. All right. Let's get some of these things out of here. All right. I need to get these. This is going to have to go in some Tupperware. Yeah, here we go. All right, so... Oh yeah. He's going to try to come off as the good guy. He has been, but he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm doing this to help the Russian people to stop." I mean, didn't he call the Ukrainian people Nazis? I'm just like, really, dude? You're trying to demonize them? Like, come on, man. They ain't do nothing. You just want that because your economy sucks. It's your fault, and people are calling for your head. So you're like, how to distract people? Give them a war. Give them a boogeyman to go after. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He called them Nazis. I'm like, well, Ukrainians are Nazis, dude? Come on. Dumb. Somebody out there bought it. All right. So once that heats up, the only thing I have to add now is the lemon juice, salt and pepper. If I need it, I'll add some garlic, but then our sauce, our thickening sauce. So we want to make sure that we add this in at the appropriate time. And that's it. That's all we've got to do for this. Then we'll start working on our moussaka. And I'm really excited for that one. So remember, moussaka is basically lasagna, Greek lasagnas with eggplants, meat sauce today. There is a vegetarian version, which I will make for this catering event. And then potatoes are very common, although they're optional. Oh, damn. Let me give you a regular one here. Hold on one second. I hate that. That's so annoying. I've done this twice now and I can't seem to find the permanent link. But let me get it again. There's an option. I'll try to figure it out. I thought I did, but I guess apparently not. But anyway, there you go. That's for the Drunk Cooking Discord. All right, so where are we at? So here is our eggplants. These are nice and dry. I'm digging it. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Then I'm going to start getting the oil heated up. I need to get the bits out of it though. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do it. Alright. That's for our potatoes and our eggplant. Let's move you over here, just so you're out of the way. I'm excited for that moussaka. Oh, I can't tell you how much. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just like, yeah, baby. I can't wait. I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. Alright, so while we're waiting for our soup to heat up enough for me to start messing with it again, I'm going to start prepping these potatoes. So these are meant to be done in the same way that we did our eggplant. And that's discs. Thin, thin discs. There we go. Food, porn, text channel, damn right. Happiness is a very sharp knife, let me tell you. All right, so we put these in water because the oxidation, the air hitting these things will make them brown real quick, and that's not going to be an appetizing look. So we just put them in there because we're not going to utilize these just yet. We're going to fry those up just like our eggplants, though, by the way. Those get shallow pan fried, and then she said she was 12. I hate you. Dirty motherfuckers. Perverts, a lot of you. Wow, this smells really good already. All right, this is warm enough. I'm going to add in our sauce here. There we go. All right, that looks good. Yeah, looks more like lemon rice soup now. Lemon rice soup is very opaque, yellowish in nature. All right, I'm gonna drop the heat down just a little bit. We just need to bring it up to a boil, then we'll drop the heat down. I'm gonna let this cook for a few minutes because we got raw chicken in there. I don't want to taste it until that chicken is cooked. He did, actually. Taki is pretty decent in the kitchen, man. I'm not going to lie. That brother knows what he's doing. And he's got an evil laugh and an amazing mustache. All right. So, right now, all we got left to do for the lemon rice soup is to balance the flavor. That's it. And to finish cooking. So what we'll do is we'll bring it up to temperature. We'll bring it up to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer. I'll add in any more lemon juice, garlic, or salt and pepper that I feel is necessary. We'll do that here in a second. I'm going to give it a few more minutes for that chicken to cook through because we obviously don't want to eat raw chicken. Then we'll let it sit. It's going to probably take another 20 minutes for the rest of those vegetables to soften up and cook completely. Along with the rice. The rice is going to take at least 20 minutes. We definitely don't want to overcook it because then the rice becomes mush. Now the starch from the rice, as it cooks, will be released and it'll help thicken that soup up a lot. So I'm really excited for that. You can add more rice if you want. I wouldn't do it the first time. First time, try to get as close to the recipe that you find as possible. I'll write up this recipe for you guys, just like I do all the other ones. But try to go as close to the recipe as you can, then screw around with it. There are obviously exceptions. If you want more garlic, obviously, you know you want more garlic when you taste it. So the final, my favorite part is the balancing of the flavor, the tasting. That's the favorite thing for me to do. Hold on, I need more drink. Let's see. To be fair, I do copious amounts of research and ingredient sourcing before I make. Well, yeah, that's the smart way to do it. Most people do. Most people will look up at least a couple recipes and then try to, they'll see the similarity. If they're smart, they'll see the similarities between the recipes. And then they'll try it out. So yeah, you're allowed to screw up, Taki. Nobody does everything 100% all the time, perfect all the time. Seriously, that's not the point of this channel. Is to make you think, oh well, he did it, I can't do it. No, come on, we got a burned bacon counter, which I need to get a graphic for that. I've burned bacon twice on camera. I'm a professional chef, and I burned bacon twice. For real. So everybody screws up, even chefs. 100%. It's okay. I want people to feel safe enough. The best thing for me would be to find out that people are going and trying to cook in the kitchen because I encourage them to do so. And they felt safe enough to where they're like, well, I screwed up and that sucks, but I'm not going to let it keep me from going back and trying it again. That would be my favorite thing to do. Because cooking is a very important skill set. In most industrialized countries, especially America, we don't need to cook. And especially in America, it's something that I personally tried to help people overcome because I'm a nutritionist and a personal trainer, so I've helped craft physiques. I still do. It's with 60% of our population overweight and 30% of our population morbidly obese, it's definitely something that we have to deal with. And number one thing that you can do to help craft your physique, to take control of what you look like, is to cook your own food. At the end of the day, no matter what it is, pretty much whatever you do in the kitchen is never going to have as many calories, is most likely not going to have as many calories as like McDonald's, for real. All right, glass number one. Salud! Il safranage. All right, that's it for the 19 crimes. I keep my corks. I have a huge thing of corks. I don't drink. What? All right. I'm done being stupid. Probably not, but I'm trying to, whatever. All right, anyway. No joke, the way that Americans remade capellani, it's ugly. Well, if you have a particular recipe, put the link in the Discord. And show me what it should look like. That would help me immensely, and I guarantee you, even if you don't, I will make that dish. I'm always trying to find new dishes to make, and I would not, had you not come in here, which is why I'm glad you're here today, I would not have gone and found out about that dish had you not just mentioned that. So I'm very grateful for that, seriously. It's also about the snow thing you mentioned. Can someone pick up that phone because I fucking called it? All right, let's go back over here. All right, so I think at this point it's safe enough to taste. Let's pull this over. Hold on, switch cameras so you guys get a better view. All right, so we definitely need salt. It's pretty close on the lemon juice, to be honest. To be honest. I am going to add a little more. I'm going to add some garlic powder to it as well, just because that'll be easy enough for it to adjust the flavor. All right, I need more lemon juice. Woohoo! All right. And then I'm adding garlic powder just because I love garlic powder. Garlic. All right, so we'll get this incorporated. Now, as this cooks, we've already turned the heat down. As this cooks, the flavor will deepen and intensify. We call it marrying the flavors. They will merge together and enhance each other. Wow, this looks amazing. This looks so good, you guys. For real. It's going to get nice and thick because of that rice. Need more salt. Lots more salt. 2 heavy pinches, so that's 4 heavy pinches so far. Probably that's about 2 tablespoons. A heavy pinch for me is because it's salt and pepper. By the way, I use a 1 to 3 salt and pepper mix, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 salt and pepper mix. Very useful. Works really well. I have salt and pepper individually as well, so if I ever need to mess around with that. Better. I want a little more lemon juice, a little more garlic, and just one more pinch of salt I think will be plenty. Woo! About spilled my grease. That would have been bad. Now, once I've got this to the flavor that I wanted, I'm going to leave it alone, but we're going to come back and stir it every once in a while just so the bottom doesn't burn. Even on low heat, things sit long enough, they'll burn. Got to be careful with that. All right. You know what? I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's good. All right, we're going to leave that alone. We can adjust for flavor again if we need to later, but for now I like it. So we're going to leave that alone. We don't want that to, it's going to thicken on its own, so we don't want to overdo it. All right, so now on to the moussaka. Thank you, Brooks. Thank you for posting that recipe. I'm going to take a look at it once I'm done. I love looking at recipes while I'm drunk because I get really hungry. I'm actually going to pay back for blood after this. It doesn't look like salt. It's salt and pepper. Look like cocaine mixed with pepper. Shh. Shh. That's my secret. That's why everybody likes my food so much. Apropos my facial. Oh yeah, nice. Kick-ass, dude. I love your goatee. I mean the mustache, man. That is a badass mustache for real. I can't get mine to do that because it's I don't know. It just doesn't want to behave. Plus, I'm not patient enough. I mean, I'm growing the hair out, and this is taking everything I got out of me not to chop it off. So, yeah, but I love it. Plus, your evil laugh. That was amazing. Turd loved it. All right, let's get working on the moussaka. Now, remember, moussaka is basically a form of lasagna. It's layered the exact same way. But we've got everything prepped except for our red sauce. So we're going to fry these while we do the red sauce, okay? So let's get this going over here. I'm going to need, yeah, here we go. So we'll put everything on here so it's not sitting in its own grease. All right, let me entertain you. Let's see. I want to use this. I want to use this. So here, let's do this. All right. All right, got that set up. This won't take too long. Man, do I love cooking. I know I keep saying that, but just, it hits me every once in a while where I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude, this is so much fun. You should start a mustache channel, dude, seriously. And then have the evil laugh at the end of every video. I would watch that, I'm not going to lie. I think I watched you, I was messing with my fiance yesterday, and I played your video of you laughing. Oh, sorry. I played the video of you laughing after I roasted her. So I roasted her and then played that video. I had it, for some reason I had it queued up. And she's just like, don't ever do that again. I'm going to kick your ass. full disclosure, I have never deep fried eggplants before without breading, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to play out. They should shrivel fairly consistently. Yeah, see? That one in the middle. That's going to be done first. It's kind of cool. I could do deep fried eggplant. I could see myself doing that. All right, so for our moussaka, let's look at our recipe. Brandy loved it. She hated that I used it when I used it, but she loved to laugh. All right. Eggplants, yeah, we fry them. And then we use all the other ingredients to build our sauce. We also need to build our bechamel sauce. So I think what we'll do next, once we're done frying this stuff up, we'll build our bechamel sauce next. Bechamel, I've done plenty of times. I am not worried about that. At all. Let's get the bechamel going. So we start with the butter, then we add the flour. Equal parts. So this particular wants about 4 ounces, but remember, I'm not making that much, so. Why the shoes in the house? That has its home in the States. I don't understand. So why shoes in the house? Why do we wear shoes in the house? Are you asking why do Americans wear shoes in our house? That actually varies household to household. When I was growing up, we were very poor. And as such, I think, and I'm just guessing here, I do not have any information to back up what I'm about to say. But from my own personal experience, I know that poor people don't really care that they're wearing shoes in their house. It's not a thing. Well, on TV, it's because they're actors and they're on a stage, so it's going to be easier they don't need to take their shoes off unless it's helpful for the show. Let me take these off while we're talking here. Now, these aren't crackling that much anymore, so I assume they're done. Like I said, I don't deep fry eggplants very often, so. All right. And then, so what you see on TV is actually not representative of American culture. Please don't think that. I mean, I realize it's TV and that's the only way you know, but as an American, don't believe everything you see on TV. There are tropes that you can, like we all do have houses or apartments even. Like I'm in an apartment only because I want to be in an apartment, but we all kind of have the option to have an apartment, or a house very easily. The government has a lot of programs for first-time home buyers, except for the last few years. It was always fairly easy to get a house, even though the prices have been going crazy. So that part is true. And a lot of the high school tropes that you see are kind of true, but they're still tropes. Like, if you see high school stuff on TV, believe about half of it, you know. A lot of it's been amplified, so it makes a better story. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. There's no excuse for eggplant. I should add a point reward just to burn something. Well, like I said, I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna have a burned bacon counter because I've already burned it twice. Because I get distracted and I get drunk and I rant about stuff. The drunker I get, the more likely I am to rant about something, especially about the fitness industry. So Taki's heard me do it many times. He usually knows how to provoke me to rant. So if I'm ranting and drunk, I forget about what I'm cooking. So yeah, that's how we burned bacon twice, because I put it in the oven. Hey man, I'm trying to give eggplant eggplant its fair shake. Anyway, all right, so back to black. The shoes thing, I got off track. Sorry, I'm getting a little drunk. I wear shoes in my house. I've been trying to train myself not to do that, especially in the winter because gross. But yeah, I grew up, I think it's a poor versus rich thing. rich people don't wear shoes in their home. Poor people do. I could be wrong about that because I grew up poor. I'm not rich. I wasn't rich. I had a ton of money in my 20s, so I know what it's like to have money. But even then, I was kind of like I didn't really care. I know that I love Japanese culture. I've studied it for years. That in Japanese culture, it's a huge faux pas to wear shoes in a lot of indoor settings, especially your home. You take your shoes off out of respect for the homeowner. In American culture, by default, we don't wear shoes. I don't know why. I'll look it up and maybe I can find out. Maybe my parents know because they're 70. They've been around a lot longer than me. I don't really know why Americans wear shoes indoors by default. There are I want to say there's a decent number of us that say, hey, don't wear shoes here. And usually you either know by one of two things. You see the shoes at the door and the homeowner doesn't have shoes on. Or two, they ask you. They say, hey, would you mind taking your shoes off? And that's usually how it goes down here. But most of the time, we're wearing shoes. Let's see. At a point where that's actually not a bad idea, bro. However, I think that I'm going to end up passing out on camera or barfing at some point. Because Kipras, who's another person who's on here a lot, she's a personal friend of mine from way back. She keeps trying to get me to drink more on camera. Y'all are trying to get me too drunk too quick. All right, let's flip these over. So, yeah, those are kind of, yeah, they're soggy, just like most eggplants. Alright, I gotta take this off because I forgot about my bechamel sauce. It's browned the butter, but I think that we're okay. I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna just add some. I'm gonna add the flour to it. It's just gonna have a browned taste to it, which I think will be fine. Yeah, there we go. Y'all got me talking. I forgot about my butter. Damn it. So I added about the same amount by weight of butter versus flour. Okay? So that's a roux. What we'll do now is we'll add milk, usually a 2-to-1 ratio. By weight again. Now this isn't going to incorporate till that milk gets up to temperature. And then we'll add in our little bit of salt, pepper, and nutmeg to taste. And then I'm going to add in, as a last thing, and a thickening agent, Parmigiano Reggiano, which is the Prince of Cheeses. It is so damn good, for real. Love it. All right. Kips is nuts. Yeah, Kips is definitely nuts. Yeah, I'm on a bunch of heart medications. Thanks, Taki. I love your logic. Yeah, I'm on a ton of heart medications. It's mostly due to long-term effects of COVID, as well as a genetic thing, along with I had myocarditis as a reaction to the vaccine back in May. So for the last 9 months, I've had heart issues, which is really weird because I used to be the guy at the gym working out for an hour and a half a day doing the crazy shit to immediately go into sedentary activity. It's crazy. It's crazy. But on a long enough timeline, eventually it'll fix itself. It'll be all right. I'm not too worried about it. All right, so, but that's why I took a break for the last 2 months, because I had 2 heart surgeries because of all this stuff. Oh my God. It smells like armpits, but it's so good. All right, so we're going to, actually I want this one. I'm I'll probably get about 4 ounces of this stuff too. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I love this cheese. I've had COVID twice. Yes. The Roos. Yes. All right. Look at that. Look at that sexiness. Oh, my camera froze. Hold on. Let me fix it. Oh, good grief. All right, hold on. Let me fix the... There we go. It unplugged itself. Come on. Come back. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes, he's totally right. Because Norwegians are amazing. Hilsa fra Norge. All right. Chef kiss. This is the good shit too. This is the $17 a pound shit. All right, we're almost done with our eggplants. So, once we're done with these, then we need to fry up our potatoes the exact same way. Woo! Why don't you guys tell me that my stuff was done? Alright, good. It didn't burn. We're okay. You know what? I think I want to keep the whisk. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, alright, we're going to need some more milk. Can you see how thick that is? Here, let's switch this over so you guys get a better view. We need some more milk. Looks like oatmeal at the moment. Speaking of which, yeah. Hang on one second, guys. I got to turn this in the back just a little bit. Alright, that's done in the back. Oh, no. Hang on. Alright, chicken lemon rice soup should be done. Let's pop this over here so it can cool. Woo! All right. Ora, ora, ora. Ora, ora, ora. All right, this is a bit thicker than I want. Here, sorry. So, can you see? Let's give you the cutting board view here. So, can you see? This is done, but it's a bit too thick. So I'm going to add some water to it just to thin it out just a little bit. Because remember, it's still soup. There we go. All right, so chicken lemon rice soup. Here, I added enough water to it. And now it's actually the consistency I want. So this is done. This is ready to go. Let's yeah. I think it needs a little more lemon juice. I'm going to pull this over here real quick because my eggplants are done. Let's get the potatoes in here. I'm going to need that a little more oil, so I'm going to add that in. One sec, guys. I'll check the chat here in a second. All right, that's done. I'm going to add in some more lemon juice here. And a little bit more salt and pepper. I think we're up to about 6 tablespoons, honestly. This is supposed to be a very thick soup. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, that's done. We'll plate that here later. Okay, so let's get the cheese out of the way here. You lose focus for 1 second. All right, back to now we're going to deal with our potatoes. All right. Potatoes going good? Yeah, baby. Cocaine pepper. I love you guys. All right, I need more milk. All right, so now let's get our nutmeg along with our, oh, what did I do with my nutmeg? I think it's over here. That's cumin, nutmeg, here we go. We don't need a lot. A little bit of this is going to go a long way. I think I'm going to do a teaspoon. All right, we're going to toss in a lot of salt and pepper because this needs to come to flavor. This should have its own balanced flavor. It should not be reliant upon the rest of the dish. This is pretty lumpy, so I'm going to strain it later. That's my fault. I left it alone and it didn't mix and incorporate well. I'll fix it here in a minute. Almost. Remember, we're going to add in our cheese here in a second. So it doesn't, well, that'll add a saltiness to it. All right, that's pretty good. I can hear, I can feel, I can taste the hint of nutmeg in there. The hint of these nuts. All right. Perfect. All right. I'm going to strain it just because I fucked it up. Here, you know what? I'll do it over here. That way you guys can see. Let me check my potatoes here in a second. Hang on a second. I'm trading out batches of potatoes here. All right. All right, so let me catch up on the chat here. Nut juice? Is that what you're calling milk? God. I hate it. Oh my God, you guys are terrible humans. I love it. All right, so there is our sauce. Clean that up in a second. So I'm doing this because I fucked up the thing and I left it alone so it's nice and lumpy. So basically we're just going to strain it because I need it to be a consistent texture. This is how you save a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Should we add a burned bechamel or a lumpy bechamel counter? I'll take a drink for that. It tastes good though. I'll tell you what. That nutmeg is a nice addition. God, you guys are hilarious. I love that you're comparing milk to nut juice. Technically, it's a mammary gland, so it's coming from the female, so it can't be nut juice. That comes from the bull. And that's a whole other thing. All right, that looks good. Scrape the underside. There we go. We have saved the bechamel. All right. Much, much better. This is basically what the bechamel was supposed to look like before I screwed it up. But it's a very, very thick sauce. Imagine you could make, well, you can make hollandaise out of it, but it's got nutmeg in it, so maybe not. But this is definitely something you can make like mac and cheese out of too. So, okay. Done. Let's pull off. Let's flip these potatoes over. Actually, we don't really need to be honest. All right, so once we finish with the potatoes, then we're going to build our red sauce. Whew, I'll tell you what, man, I'm fading fast. I'm glad I'm not sticking around for the end. So remember, you guys, weren't here at the beginning, so I want to tell you that the moussaka we will not see the end of. I will post pictures later today in the Discord for you so you can see how it turned out. But the moussaka takes about an hour to cook in the oven. I'm not going to be able to hang out with you guys for an hour on camera, just kind of shooting the shit and talking about nut milk. Just because, you know, my heart's not going to put up with it, for one. Plus, it'd be a really boring thing to do, I think. Wash this. Oh yeah, I forgot this is full. Here, let's do this. Hang on one second. I'm doing some dishes here, guys. Give me 1 second. But we'll assemble the moussaka and then put it in the oven. Because it takes, once you put it in the oven, it takes a full hour. It takes about 2 hours to make it. Normally, I wouldn't put this on camera because I like showing you guys the end result on camera. But this is practice for that Greek birthday that I'm doing later. So I really wanted to, yeah, I figured, you know what, might as well film it because, you know, why not? Either of you two play Back 4 Blood? It's a zombie shooting game. All right, I think we got enough potatoes. Let's take the heat off. All right. So now, beyond just getting another sink of clean water. Okay, so next up for the moussaka. They have Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead, yeah, Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood. So the same people that made Left 4 Dead are the ones that made Back 4 Blood. They ended up going to Turtle Rock Studio. Phenomenal game, highly recommended. It's on Xbox Game Pass, if you guys have that. There we go. Putting the cheese away here. All right, next up, we got to make the meat sauce. So we're going to need an onion. So we got to dice up an onion and saute it. One second. I'm putting together a sink of water. Anytime you clean bechamel sauce, man, it just kills your water. All right, let's chop this onion up real quick. This is just a small dice. Guys, remember how to do this? Lateral cuts this way. All right. Vertical cuts this way. Oh my God, this thing is... You know what? We're just gonna... It's so slippery. For some reason, this onion is really slippery. It must be that slimy layer that's between the two layers. Yeah, look at that. Just slide right off. Entirely unprofessional. All right, let's get some garlic in here too. Love loving you. It's easy 'cause you're beautiful. And everything that you do. I don't know why that song keeps getting stuck in my head. Of course, I'm always referencing the South Park version of it, but still. Like, when I'm just milling around doing nothing, I'm just randomly singing that song, and I have no idea why. Curse you, South Park! Damn it! We're mincing the garlic up at this point. All right. Add that in. Okay. Need a monkey dish. All right, cool. Let me check the chat here. Oh, that's okay. Hey, Brooks, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Go to bed, brother. Yeah, you got to be at least 6 to 7 hours ahead of me, so by all means, stay safe. Seriously. I'll be back in a week, but otherwise, check in on the Discord. Again, thank you so much, not only for joining, following, as well as giving me the recipe that I want to try at the Lithuanian dish. But yeah, good night, brother. Stay safe. Okay, let's get this going. All right, so you need to go up here. Bechamel, good. You go over here. I need to make this, the red sauce. All right. I love French fries. All right, so where we're at now, we've got our eggplant and potatoes prepped. We've got our bechamel sauce done. The only thing left to do is to get the red sauce going. So we're going to saute our onions and then add our beef. Then we'll add in the red sauce, garlic, and any other aromats we need to fuck around with. I've got garlic in there too, along with the onions. We'll saute both of those in some olive oil. And then we're basically making spaghetti sauce in the midst of all this. We've got diced tomatoes. We'll add all that in. We got red wine, excuse me, red wine to add in, which, let's get that thing cracked open too. Yeah, here we go. Oh, man, something's been bugging my nose today. What is going on, brother? All right. Let's crank this open. I'm learning, just like lasagna, this is a fairly complicated dish. Everything was like, everybody thinks moussaka is hard to make, but it's so easy to do because you only have to do it in 4 steps. Yeah, but those 4 steps require, that's 4 layers. Like, the steps themselves are fairly involved. I mean, it's not a difficult dish. It's just a lot, you know? That's all. I really think that's all it is. I can see why people would shy away from it. All right. I'm going to sweat these onions and the garlic. God, I love that smell. Seriously. Such a good smell, for real. Oh my God, my music stopped. Hate it. Hold on, let me fix that. Sorry about that, guys. Let's do, there we go. All right. Let's see. These are going to go over here. We'll need these. Got our potatoes done already. Doing some dishes. Remember what I said. Always do dishes as you go. Let's take another drink, I think. What do you think? Girl! Number 3. Hell yeah. All right. So with this one, look at our notes. We're gonna make our sauce. Oh, we need cinnamon. I need a cinnamon stick for this. Thing I've learned before. Anytime it says use a whole stick, don't use a whole stick. Use a half stick. Goes a long way. All right, so yeah. Oh, so the reason we made our bechamel first is that the bechamel is going to be. We're going to add a tablespoon of the bechamel to our red sauce. I'm unsure why, but off the top of my head, I would say for flavor and a thickening agent. Because otherwise, the bechamel is going to go on the very top layer, along with the cheese that I put away. So we're gonna need that cheese again. We'll do that. We'll chop that up as a last thing. We'll deal with that later. All right, so let's see. Bechamel's done. Yeah, really, that's it. Oh, we're gonna need more bay leaf, so need another bay leaf. Just one this time. Right. Added the bay leaf in. Oh, sugar. The sugar, I guarantee you, is to help balance the flavor of the red sauce. One of the problems with making a red sauce is that it's always so tart because of the tomato juice, or the tomatoes and the tomato sauce. So one of the things you have to do to correct that is to either add fat or sugar in order to balance out the tartness. The two ways to get rid of tartness is fat and sugar. Usually both, especially in Italian cuisine with red sauces. You're almost always combining both. This is the number one reason why you have sweet red sauces on pizzas, which I do not like. I think you can stop just short of that. I'd rather have the savory side of it, a bit saltier. I don't want salty, just a bit saltier versus sweet from the sugar. I'd rather have that than the other way around. So, oh, let's get our oven going. We need a 350, by the way. All right, so now we need our beef. I'm gonna use about a half a pound all day. Drop that in there. All right, let's get a better view here. And take another drink. You know what? I think I like the 19 Crimes better. That tastes much more like a grape, though. All right, so with this one, we're basically making meat sauce. Just in case you don't know. That's pretty much what we're doing. Oh, do I need eggs? Any more eggs? No, we're good. All right. Spicy meatball. All right. We got pretty much everything assembled at this point. We are doing really good on pretty much every ingredient that we've got so far. So the only thing we got to do is just get this red sauce going. Once we're done with the red sauce, then we're going to assemble everything. You know what? Let's do that while we're waiting. Because we got a couple of the pieces together, and I hate wasting time. So the eggplants go on the bottom. So we're going to layer these up. Then we do the potatoes. Then we'll do the meat sauce once it's done. Then we'll do another layer and 2 more layers. And then basically we just repeat it just like a lasagna. And then we top it with the bechamel. The bechamel goes on top. So we're not going to fuck with that bechamel yet. Too hard to hold. They're too hot to hold, rather. All right, looks good. Now, and add in about a cup of red sauce, wow, cup of red wine. Bring this up. That's going to add a nice depth of flavor to it. Ever notice how depth of flavor is like the catch-all for chefs? If they don't know how to describe something, they just say it adds a nice depth of flavor. What does that even mean? I mean, I kind of know what it means, but at the end of the day, it seems kind of like a bullshit thing, you know? Doesn't it? Am I wrong on this? All right. Oh, that's good wine. I'm going to put my beef away while we're waiting on that wine to cook. So we got to cook off the alcohol right now. It takes about 1 minute to 2 minutes to cook that alcohol off. Remember, get drunk off your wine. Don't get drunk off the food. I feel like I'm playing Mega Man right now because of this music. Doesn't it sound like that? Like old school Nintendo Mega Man. I love it. Some nostalgia kicking in right now, brother. All right. Oh no! Ah. All right. That is done. All right, so now we add in our tomato paste. All of our tomatoes. We're going to mash up these diced tomatoes a bit. Ah, come on. I think, you know, if I make this in the future, well, when I make this in the future, I think what I would do is I would use tomato sauce instead of the diced tomatoes. Okay, so really all we need to do now is balance the flavor. because we got everything we need in there other than the sugar, which let's add the sugar. Start with a tablespoon, add in salt and pepper. All right. All right, definitely got enough sugar. All right, let's check that out. That's pretty good. I'm gonna add in the rest of this tomato paste. Not gonna use it, plus I really want to deepen the tomato flavor. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Plus, it thickens it up very well. All right, let's rebalance for flavor. Much better. Much better. Almost salt and pepper, I think. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I like it. Okay, so now that's done. Let's bring it over here. Okay. Oh, you know what we forgot to add? Shit. It's a little bit of the bechamel. All right, let's see what that did to the flavor. Oh, wow. I can see why they do that. Okay. All right, so. All right, we've added our meat sauce there. So now we do another layer of the eggplants. These are really greasy. I think next time I might bake them just because I don't know if I like all that grease. Same for the potatoes. Okay, and we add the last of this. Okay, and then our bechamel goes on the top like a crust almost. That's why you have to balance the flavor for the bechamel because it's going on top by itself. Go. All right. Not great. I think I'll have to practice that a bit more next time. But I kind of like it. That'll be all right. Okay, so let's get... Now we're going to cover it with cheese. And then we throw it into the oven. You know what? Here. That's too much work. Almost done, guys. Hang in there. Okay, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Moussaka. All right, let's put it in the oven. Remember, it goes in the oven for an hour. 350. All right. Holy crap. Okay, let's plate the remainder of our food, which is pretty much just the lemon rice soup. So let's get that in. Clean up a little bit here. Hold on one second. Almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, I'm drunk. I ain't gonna lie. Greg, you ain't got to lie. All right. Let's guess this. That is really thick. I'm gonna add some more liquid. There we go. Remember, this is a very thick soup. So, let's plate this bad boy. Woohoo! Man, it smells so good. Cannot wait to eat this. I can't wait to put it in my mouth. Pervert! All right. There we go. Let's clean it up. We add a little bit of parsley, dried parsley for color. And I'm not super happy with the white dish because this dish is so pale to begin with, but that's not bad. Now the moussaka is in the oven already. All right, let's check it out. There we go. Chicken lemon rice soup, Greek version. It is a very thick soup. Let me take a quick picture and then let's try it out. What do you think? Clean it up a little bit. 1 second. All right, here we go. Hang on, guys. I'm almost done. Okay. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I just wanted to take that picture out of the way because I'm about to eat it, and I need, I got to be able to post these pictures later, so. All right, let's try it out. You guys know I hate eating on camera, but let's at least try it out here. Let me fix this a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, let's see if we did an okay job on this. Wow, okay, yeah, so that's not bad. I think it's a little thick. I think I would add a little more chicken stock to it next time. Remember, we added a ton of water to it, so we definitely underestimated how much water we needed, how much stock we needed. I just didn't want to open a new one. And water's fine. We added a ton of flavors, so we're not losing out too much on it. Let me get a piece of chicken in here. That is really damn good. And I got some nice crusty ciabatta bread to try that out later. I can't wait. Holy crap. Oh, wow. That deserves a drink, brother. Salute. Woo! Class number 3. Should we go for 4? Let's go for 4. That 19 Crimes is a bit better than this. Maybe because it's a Pinot Noir. I like the heavy, slap you around kind of wines. Woo! All right, so what did we get done today? We got done moussaka, which is in the oven. We just put it in the oven. I'm not hanging around for another hour. My heart will not put up with it. I'm sorry. I will take pictures and post it in the Discord later. Don't worry. Thank you so much for Brokes and Adam 96 for following me and showing up. I really appreciate it. I'm actually next week. I'm going to put a whiteboard up here to try to show and write everybody's name down that joins. I think that would be really cool, especially followers. We had a couple new followers last week, so for a really tiny channel that's just starting out, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Taki, I know you're still there, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm about to go play some Back for Blood because I want to kill some stuff while I'm drunk. Anyway, thank you so much for showing up, everybody. I know you're still there. I figured you were. Next week, we're still continuing the Greek month. Remember, we got that Greek dinner, birthday party I'm coming up with. That's why we're doing all this stuff, because I've never made this stuff before, so we're practicing. I don't know. I got to look and see what the other dishes are, because I think there's 6 dishes all day that I'm making. And one of them is a dessert. So we made this. I know one of them is spanakopita. We were supposed to make the spanakopita today, but I forgot to take the phyllo dough out to thaw it, and that has to be completely thawed in order for that to be utilized. So we'll do that next week. I promise I'll remember. Next Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's what we're only doing one time a week for the next couple of weeks. Once I get this thing out of the way, my heart seems to be okay. Doing okay. I mean, I still have problems with it, but it seems to be okay with at least the 1 day a week. So we'll try after that 2 times a week, either Sunday or Tuesday, or old days, one or the other. You guys let me know which one you would rather see, Sunday or Tuesday. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. We're slowly getting back to work here, guys. I really appreciate everybody that showed up. Seriously, I'm glad. I'm really drunk, and when I'm drunk, I get really sappy and really honest. So, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so spanakopita and one other of those Greek dishes next week. Probably the dessert. I really want to try the dessert out. Other than that, see you guys in a week. If you want, join the Discord. I will try to get a refreshed link. I think it was posted earlier, if you can get back to it. Otherwise, just message me on Twitch. I'll shoot you a message. I'm pretty much on here every day. Other than that, talk to you later. Deuces.